That was nuts.
And breathe.
That is the best game of T20 cricket I've ever seen. Definitely I've ever seen live.
With the best atmosphere ever. So many ebbs and flows. I'm actually feeling a bit shell-shocked, to be honest.
It is 1:21 a.m. coming at you live from outside of Sir Vivian Richards Stadium. This place, I mean, we've just watched South Africa win one of the best games of T20 cricket ever.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm just recency biased there, but it was absolutely outrageous. But before we get into any of that, start at the beginning. We left our hotel and it took us about an hour and a half to get here because it felt like the entire island was coming to this game.
Yeah, and then they're all leaving right now in front of us. Just a massive traffic jam. But
so we might as well film here because we're not going to go anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
That was outrageous. So, right, West Indies bat first. The first 7 or 8 overs is complete and utter carnage. I think South Africa dropped 3 catches.
Yeah.
Jansen and Rabada had a really nasty collision at long on and long off. It looked like complete mayhem out there. You couldn't hear a thing because this stadium behind us had 14,000 fans packed in. I've never seen Sir Vivian Richards Stadium that busy. You could barely hear each other talk. I have no idea what it was like out in the middle.
No.
But, I mean, West Indies, let's start with their batting. No one really got any apart from Roston Chase.
Roston Chase, I don't think anyone, I certainly didn't expect him to even be in the squad, let alone be kind of the anchor for the team this tournament. He scored so many valuable runs, and I was really excited to watch Poran bat, and he gave his wicket away pretty early on. Same with Shea Hope with the first baller after his actual first ball being a wide.
So Shea Hope got a golden duck?
Yeah, on the scorecard as a golden duck.
That's mad considering he hit 80 off about 30 balls and looked like nobody was going to get him out at Kensington Oval the other day. He then comes out here. Cricket is a cruel game because he gets a golden duck in front of a packed home crowd in Antigua. Poran gets nothing. Roston Chase basically anchors the innings. Dre Russ comes in. It looks like he's in the zone. Firstly, Dre Russ walks out to bat without a lid and without a cap. Just that kind of blonde afro, looking like he's going to absolutely dominate it with about 6 or 7 overs to go. Because
it was, but I think, I know people are saying he should have come in earlier, but I think that's his prime time, his perfect timing. And he did take a few overs to get in. He didn't look like he was trying to hit any shots, just blocking, defending, and everyone kind of in the crowd, like kind of feeling that sense of anticipation, like, oh, what's he going to do? And then suddenly a Dre Russ explosion. Norkia bowls one, probably about 90 miles an hour, and Dre Russ hits it into the top tier, and it's the crowd goes crazy, and it then feels on again after a really slow patch for the West Indies.
You always felt like if West Indies got themselves to 130, 140, it was going to be a great game.
Yeah.
And Dre Russ smashing, I think, back-to-back sixes off Norkia at around 90, 92 miles an hour. It must have been. I'd love to know what the stats were on that over, because watching it from the stands, if you ever get the chance to watch Norkia bowl,
watch from side on,
or Alzari Joseph, or any of these guys play, the quality of cricket just there. I know West Indies fans will be gutted with that result, but that is an unbelievable game, all things considered, all the rain. I know we're going to jump all over the place in this because we're absolutely knackered. Like I said, it's 1:24 a.m. But sticking with the West Indies batting, Roston Chase 50 off about 38 or 39 balls, holds the innings together. Dre Russ looks like he's going to kick on, having hit those massive 2 sixes. And then a run out, Norkia. Again, the guy involved, he'd just been hit for 2 sixes
and
the previous over. Dropped a catch, direct hit, run out, spare us the margins to run Russell out. Russell walks off the field just absolutely devastated.
He was the man for that time and that job, and to be given out, run out, is tough to take. Really tough to take.
He was punching his bat. He was fuming. This game meant so much to this West Indies team. Before the game, we saw David Rudder sing "Rally Around the West Indies" live. It was unbelievable atmosphere. It was an absolute privilege to be there, and you always felt like West Indies were in the game, like because of that home crowd, that kind of home advantage. But South Africa held their nerve in the end. Let's just talk about it. So West Indies 140, I think.
Just under that.
Just under 140. I mean, we'll bring up the stats maybe in a little bar because they're struggling. And then South Africa go out to bat and lose 2 quick early wickets.
And
I mean, de Kock hits the first over for 12. Looks like he's in the zone and is up for
over.
it. Game over because Quinton's in. And then I think the ball gets thrown to Andre Russell. Second over.
And it just, Andre Russell, his first ball, down the leg side, I think it was Hendricks, got caught down the leg side, and then the last ball, or second to last ball of his first over, de Kock just doesn't quite get get a pull shot away and it goes straight to hands, and
Caught
De Kock's gone. And I think De Kock is probably one of the biggest wickets in the tournament.
Massive wicket. And at that stage, you're backing West Indies to win.
Yeah.
And then the rain, heavens open, and it absolutely chucks it down, as it is often done in this tournament in Antigua. And we're thinking, right, that's game over.
Yeah.
That's game over.
Covers on, full covers as well, not just a little middle strip, full thing.
Hats off the ground staff, they got on quick. Yeah. Like they seem to know exactly when it's going to rain.
It hadn't even started raining and they
we
were
had
all
no
there
idea,
ready.
because the wind picks up here and then it just goes vroom,
bang,
and the heavens opened and it was absolutely bucketing it down. Even the camera's got a bit steamy. Let's open a window.
I actually think I'm gonna. This is real uncut podcast. I'm worried about this car's battery. I'm gonna turn,
turn
the engine on.
Turn the engine on.
Okay.
Oh, right, we've probably only got a couple of minutes left on this, but let's talk about that South Africa innings. Obviously, a couple of early wickets.
Shut the doors a sec.
Sorry, shut the doors.
And we open again, and then we're good.
We open again. Get some air in. South Africa, a couple of early wickets. The heavens open. We think not going to get back on. Ground stuff managed to get play back on. And then talk us through it.
It's well, it was reduced to 17 overs. I did find in the end.
Okay.
Because it was like almost midnight, and we thought they were just going to carry on, just play through the whole time.
They said play would be resumed at 1:45, which is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, crazy.
But everyone stayed. Everyone stayed for this game. Like we said earlier, like it felt like the whole island of Antigua was here for this match.
Yeah. Well, we were discussing before the game, is this the biggest game this stadium
definitely
has ever held? And speaking to everyone, the answer was yes.
I've never seen Sir Vivian Richards Stadium packed out that much, and they watch every ball. The thing about West Indies cricket fans is, yes, they're loud, yes, they're vibrant, yes, they love dancing, and yes, they love drinking rum punch, but they watch every single ball and they care so deeply about the result. And I think that's what's so devastating about this game, is that neither of us were really sure who we wanted to win.
No.
And the West Indies come up short, having had such a great tournament, having inspired so many of their fans, having won several big games. They'll just be back in the dressing room now thinking, where did it all go wrong?
That was kind of, they created that chance for themselves as well. And again, sorry, jumping around, going back to when that's the traffic. As going back to when they resumed play after the rain, Alzarri Joseph with the ball looks absolutely rapid. And I personally think a game-changing moment was bowling spin at Klaassen, because then he hits an over for 20 odds, the ball goes back to Alzarri and it's like a wicket, and then just so many ups and downs.
And there was so many people there wanting Alzarri Joseph, local Antiguan lad, to win it for them. And they kept taking wickets at really important moments in the game. David Miller is really struggling. I think he was on 4 of about 12 balls. We both said, right, something's got to give here. Sure enough, he plays a cut shot to a ball that doesn't turn.
Roston Chase again.
Roston Chase straight on. Roston Chase, what a game he had, by the way. If they'd won that game, he would have been definitely player of the match.
Definitely.
But we've got to go to the final couple of overs. Marco Jansen and Kagiso Rabada.
Somehow Rabada plays this cover drive and just absolutely times the pants off it.
Just smokes it through the covers for 4, silences the crowd.
But this is, to put it into context again, you can look at the scorecard. This is a moment where it's like 12 balls left, 13 to win, 11 balls left, 9 to win, and it just keeps jumping up and down, and it never settled just like consistently going the same speed. It was always jumping between that bang on, over needed or under needed. It was always jumping.
I've never seen a game that goes so up and down. Like, I feel like I've just watched an epic 5-day test match, let alone a T20.
You say that. Do you know what I was actually going to suggest? Is that personally, grew up watching T20 cricket. I would want to show this to a fan that says, oh no, test cricket's the only real cricket. I would want to show this game to a fan like that and say, how is this any different from a test match? It's the same ebbs and flows, yes, over a short period of time, but oh my god, we've seen the highs and the lows.
I feel like there's so much more we could talk about, but my brain is absolutely fried. This morning we played beach cricket. It was amazing. And then we've just watched real cricket, T20 cricket, and it was amazing. I feel like I've had the best day of cricket as an absolute badger.
Epic.
It's been an awesome 24 hours.
I think to finish off, Jansen, annoyingly, Mr. Nikhil Shamshandani picked him as a player of the tournament, and
he got slated in the comments for that as well.
He did. But Jansen is the kind of guy who, in that situation, he's pretty chilled, is pretty cool, doesn't get too hot-headed, and hitting Obed McCoy for 6, regardless, is hard enough. And to do it in that moment of the match, he's got it in him. I think. I
couldn't believe it when I saw that. I mean, the four from Rabada off the last ball of the penultimate over, like you said, creamed it through the covers for 4. took the pressure off, and then like batters at the death, they know if it gets down the final over, finish it within the first couple of balls of
just get
it
done.
But to absolutely launch it,
and
over,
five needed. So Jansen's thinking one shot, straight down the ground for 6, and
it was so quiet.
The only sound you heard was bums getting off seats, leaving. No,
and
nothing.
Like 6 South African fans
in the corner,
just cheering. A phenomenal game of cricket. We feel so grateful to have been there. What do you guys think of the game? Let us know in the comments. We wanted to record this straight away and record our raw reaction. I'm sure we've missed loads from the game. Let us know what your favourite moment was in the comments.
Yeah, and I think overall that point is very, very, throughout the whole day and the whole game, I'm just thinking, so grateful to witness this, and I feel like it is hopefully a historical moment when we look back at this T20 World Cup. Maybe South Africa will go on and win it, who knows, but I do feel like that was a real moment for Antigua, and who knows when they'll get a T20 game back here.
Of that stature, West Indies team, like I said, like they've done so much. Darren Sammy, take nothing away from his side, they've performed so well. Cricket is cruel, T20 cricket is brutal. And the fact that they're now out of the comp,
so tough.
It's savage. I hope it doesn't dampen the spirits of West Indies cricket, because to be honest, as soon as the T20 World Cup moved away from the US, take nothing away from how brilliant it was in Dallas and in New York, but it's gone up a level in the Caribbean. Their passion for the game here is unrivaled. It's been great to meet so many fans of Cricket District and subscribers around the ground today. I had no idea we had so many.
It's cool. Really cool.
People who played beach cricket this morning, people who said hello at the game today. It's been one of the great days.
Yeah, it's been really good.
And South Africa, you're right. I mean, South Africa of old may well have slipped up in a game like this. Like, really tough conditions for them. The schedule has been packed. They had a huge rain delay, 2 wickets down, and to come out and win that game and show the nerve that they did, an all-round performance like that, hats off to them. They're the team to beat now.
If they go on to win, you can see they've got the minerals.
Yeah, totally. Wow. Okay, hope some of that has made sense.
Time check, 1:33.
1:33 a.m.
And temperature check, 30 degrees.
If you enjoyed this video and this podcast, check out the Cricket District Network, where we talk about cricket all the time. Games like this, games like county cricket.
If this goes well, you'll get the raw reaction of our county championship day 1 next week when we're back in the UK.
Thanks to Antigua Barbuda Tourism for sorting out this trip. It's been the trip of a lifetime. Today has been the match of a lifetime to watch. We'll see you next time.
And subscribe, of course.
Subscribe. Cheers, guys.